Hello, everyone. Welcome
Good
to
evening.
episode 5 of Director, our Scum and Villainy game, and this episode is entitled Liminal Space. So anyway, my players are around me, so let's start off with Kulbit. Do you want to take us in? Tell us about yourself. You're muted.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. While Kulbit deals with his technical issues, let's hear from Tecla.
Yes, our pilot does seem somewhat, quote, indisposed, unquote. I'm sure I had nothing to do with it. My name is Ellie, and I'm playing Tecla, who has had a disagreement with the Academy, and we've decided to have a trial separation. Better for the both of us, I say.
Emphasis on trial.
Yes. Well, it's better for the both of us. I'm not destroying their equipment, and they can't find me to serve the papers.
That would be a hell of a job. You imagine being like that space courier to deliver divorce papers or whatever.
I think I have an idea for next.
Don't. Someone's knocking on the lock.
Are you?
Don't open it.
It's an idea for a job.
Okay.
Who's next?
Fizz,
I'll go next.
It's your turn. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Q. I'm playing Fizz. I have also separated from the Yaru, who I guess are part of the hegemony. I decided that no, they don't own me, and I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. So I'm off in space, escaped from the hegemony with our illustrious crew, and we're collectively thumbing our noses at the hegemony, one delivery at a time.
Hey, I'm Bolthra. I am playing Arpi, the ship's mechanic. I don't think they ever left anything. I don't think they ever joined anything. So there's nothing to separate from if you never joined.
You're separated from your tail.
Shh.
Yes.
That's growing back slowly. Technically, the stub was there. So.
True. The important part.
So, kind of like a little cocker spaniel, nub.
I could improve that regeneration rate.
I've heard, yes.
It may involve you growing tails in other places, but
well, as long as they're not in the wrong place, we can discuss it.
Okay, well, Kulbit is back.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
Yay! All right.
You're back.
Hi, I'm
Excellent.
Jeffrey.
Tell us about yourself.
What's it? Oh,
No, I said tell us about yourself.
I'm Jeffrey. I'm going to be playing Kulbit Afterburner, flight pilot extraordinaire, explosions expert, and hegemony heckifier. That's right. We're out here. We're blowing shit up. We're collecting stuff. We're trying not to get our hands dusty, and we're just trying to scrape by. It's all good, though.
Excellent. Well, as some of you might remember, in the last session, our intrepid crew of the and has been hired to deliver an item to a racer that Kulbit is sweet on, called Traz. They picked up a new engine which was warm and hubbing when they got it, and packed on a ship and took off. During the journey, they ran into some space eel, some strange dust, and a giant eye. They're currently in space, trying to decide on the next step. And, well, we can just go from there. Do you jump back into the You basically got one jump left until you get to the gate.
One jump left to get through the gate.
To
All
the
right.
gate,
And we still have the
And
crazy
you only
space
have to
dust.
wait in the queue. So it's up to you if you want to jump. If you actually want to just limp it to the gate directly in real space, that will take you much longer, but should be there within a day.
Right.
Full
And
hard
how are we
space takes
doing?
maybe an hour or two.
How are we doing on our analysis of the space dust, or I should say, the hyperspace dust?
Tecla, you've been doing analysis for a while. You basically can't see it on your instruments. Yeah, you after a while do notice that it's moving slower.
Well, I hope that just means it's bored and not that it's dying.
I just want to know if it's safe to jump back into hyperspace. Is that stuff going to be waiting for us? What if it comes after its appendage?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
I would rather us not jump. Thank you very much.
I mean, we're kind of stranded out here. It's a bit like a rowboat in an ocean, you know?
You can fly
Well-
towards the gate, but obviously, if you go through the gate, you'll go for hyperspace.
Yeah.
You can fly to the other system. It'll take you about 3 years.
Oh, well. That just sounds fucking lovely. What if we could try that and end up maybe not anywhere? Or maybe we could just go another direction. Find something else to do.
Oh,
Why, I'm starting to get the impression you don't like my company.
I
You
didn't
can
say
both immersion
that.
as well.
no, that's not a bad idea. RP, we could fly like, I don't know, 90 degrees off course for a little bit and then pop back out, reorient ourselves, and then point ourselves back toward the gate. It would cost us a little time, but maybe that would get us out of the weird dust storm.
Get us out of the dust and give us some time to reorient this lovely vessel we're in.
Or we could randomly choose a direction that leads us deeper into the dust.
Skipper?
So, I would like to not go further in the dust, but based on long years of flying expertise and other such factors, such as gravitational pull and position of nearby celestial bodies, I think the best course of action would be to flip a coin, roll a dice, or spin a bottle. What would you prefer?
I've always enjoyed spin the bottle.
Right.
I'm not kissing any of yous, so we ain't doing spin the bottle.
Fuck if I know.
Okay, so you're just going in a random direction. Are you going in real space, or are you jumping to hyperspace and then going to the right direction?
I think real space. Yeah, I don't think we want to jump yet.
Real for a little bit. Alright.
All right.
Fly, fly, fly your ship gently out in space.
Okay. Well, you fly for a while. Tecla, you notice that the dust completely stops after a while. Then, but kind of just after a while, it's gone from the container. It looks empty now. You hope it hasn't like leaked out or something. You're pretty sure it was sealed.
So it just leaked out somewhere,
Well, just see it's empty.
then it went somewhere. I once watched this TV show where somebody didn't secure a specimen thing and it knocked itself off a shelf and got out. And it was this eyeball with these little tentacles and stuff. So I'm really hoping that space dust doesn't turn into an eyeball with space tentacles.
What's this
No.
ear on the floor?
That's what?
Don't worry, there will be no space tentacles. Space pseudopods maybe. Space cilia possibly.
Oh, pseudopods are okay, it's not tentacles.
Yeah.
No, okay, that's fine. Okay, you'll re-enter for hyperspace.
The specimen just disappeared from its jar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Somebody get a cleaning bug and not tell us?
No.
I'm gonna look over.
You can jump back in hyperspace if you want.
Captain, didn't we take you to rehab for that?
Right. Check the ship's sensors. Did it? No. Did we get a notification of hyper jump at about the time that it disappeared?
No.
Kulbit, your little robot friend.
Raz.
What sort of brain does Raz have?
Raz has. That is a good question. Let me see what the description is.
It's an robot, isn't it?
It's like a little.
I'm basically I'm wondering, pure robot, or does it have an organic brain?
It has some sentient free will. It's basically like R2-D2 levels of intelligence.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like cyborg.
No, it supports piloting and can carry a few items. It seems eerily sentient.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go. That sounds like around R2-D2 levels of intelligence. I don't know. Up to interpretation.
Minus the snarkiness.
Oh, I don't know. Have you met Raz?
Raz, Kulbit, why don't we jump back into hyperspace, and then if we see the dust, ask Raz if Raz sees it.
All right. Well, we've gone far enough. I think I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And everybody buckle up and engage this hyperdrive. All right. Raz, give us a scan, would you?
Okay. As soon as you jump into it, so you see the dust again, but it's actually moving away from you.
What's moving away? The dust?
Yeah.
All right. Nice job, Raz. Good news.
Raz can't see it when he can't pick it up on his sensor, but it's basically your ship jumps in and dust kind of just moves away from you slowly.
Never mind, I misinterpreted a beep or two. Inconclusive on this end. Sorry. Raz doesn't seem to be...
Sorry, you cut out there.
Oh, Raz doesn't seem able to pick that up.
But we can see
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can see. I mean, after a while, you don't see it anymore because it's dust.
It's
Once
gone.
it gets far enough, you just can see it. Yeah.
All right. Someone's messing with our brains because that dust isn't there. I'm very sorry, Fizz. You blew a hole in the ship for nothing.
Well, it was good practice, I suppose.
For what?
The next time we
Emergency
get
Yes,
dust-
means from the ship.
Is there a way that I'd like to have Arpi check the systems on it, see if something's been installed or something like that, or something's been modified without our knowledge?
Do you want to give me an action?
Yeah.
That sounds like an action to me.
Reg?
That makes sense.
To see, because what they're trying to do is see something, maybe the ship's been modified or something, that it was there and then it's not there, but then we're seeing things and we're not. So
Well, it's not that you're not seeing it. You saw it, but it moved away.
right. Right. Well, then maybe let me hold on then. Yeah, that might not be the right thing to do then. So let me. She'll not do anything.
Tecla was going to ask Arpi if Arpi could. Let me get the words in the right order in my mind. Tecla wants to inspect the engine that we're carrying, but doesn't know enough about mechanics to do the actual inspecting.
I'm your girl.
She wants to ask RP to help her inspect the engine and point out anything that shouldn't be there.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a better use of a role then. So is that more me helping?
Yeah,
I think that's me
Tecla's
helping
role
you.
I think it's the other way around. It's Tecla helping me.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So I'll take the stress and then you make the roll.
Okay. Yeah. So, better idea. Thank you. Controlled?
Yeah.
Okay. And still standard. And I get a modifier of 1 die, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Hold on to your
That's
butts.
full standard.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3. Great.
No.
I don't know what the
It's an
hell I'm
engine.
looking at here.
No,
Where
it's
do
too
we get
advanced for you.
Anyway. She spends a bunch of time looking at it. It's just
It gives you a headache after a while. It does kind of arrange in a very strange way. So let's,
Can we try again?
you
at
have
Risky?
no idea what you're doing.
Right. And I forget, out of character,
Well, I mean, you would basically realize that you'd have to take it apart to see how it works.
Yeah.
didn't one of you poke the engine with the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
No,
That would have
no.
to be Kulbit.
No, didn't poke it. Nobody poked the engine with the way. You poked hyperspace, you poked the dust, and
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'd suggest that then.
If we
Could you
can
possibly go wrong
autopilot, if we can autopilot for a bit, then I'll ask Kulbit to come back. And
all of you know how to fly the ship. Kulbit is just fly the best at it. So,
okay.
I think Raz can fly the ship, can't they?
I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
All right, Raz, take over.
Don't look at you trying it. I mean, the way is through the engine.
All right, so I'll try to mentally poke the ship
Okay.
in that way that I do. I'll just do a. How many gambits do we have saved up currently in the bank?
4.
Huh. Yeah, let's just see how this goes. 4.
Great harm. Complication. Reduced effect.
Well,
Or in a death position. You get sucked into the engine.
I poked another hole. I'm not sure how.
no, the hole's not in the engine. The hole's just in the floor. But yeah, the engine it's a very nice engine. And it's a very nice engine. But you want to actually keep it for yourself. You have this incredible urge to take the engine and possess it for yourself. You feel drawn to the engine.
Shiny, hummy.
That's also that also gives you a bit of information about the engine.
It gives me a bit of what about the engine?
Yeah,
Information.
you feel very drawn to it when you look at it from the way. But you now kind of have this.
Skipper,
You want to
are you
possess it.
feeling okay?
You did say it was affect the engine.
Skipper. And she's gonna look back at Tecla.
Right.
Something's
Give him a
wrong.
smack upside the back of the head.
Something's wrong with him.
Cranial reboot.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, mommy. 5 more minutes. What happened?
I mean, you still feel like that you would want the center, but now like on a more rational way.
You was looking at that engine. You got all lovey-dovey looking at it. I didn't like that.
Oh, you. No. It was. Oh, it was. I was kind of drawn.
It's still a very
to
nice
it.
engine. I mean, we're perfect in the ship, you know that. But now it's like
Yeah.
more a rational thing. He picks a really good engine to fit the ship perfectly. Not to the rational extent, but
If something does happen to our engine, we do have a backup. But it's got to go to Chos, and we got to get paid, and there's Chos.
So what are you suggesting we use this engine instead of our normal engine?
Because ours is a little on the fritz, yeah. So, right, when that makes sense, and if it's hooked up, then I don't know, maybe it could help us fly super fast, and we could just get through the dust even faster, right?
And how do we install this engine while we're floating in space?
Yeah, it ain't just like taking batteries out, pull some out and put them back in. I mean, it's a lot bigger job than you think, Skipper. And I'd really rather not do it up here, thanks.
All right.
Find us a place to land, maybe. I'll hold things while you work, Arpi.
Yeah, find us if there's a decent planet anywhere near here that doesn't want to kill us. Sure.
unfortunately, we're kind of very close to the edge of pretty much all the planets around here are either gas giants or basically chunks of frozen methane. I mean, you could land on them, but they're not very friendly to organic life forms.
All right. So the gate's the next closest thing for us to get out of here. Anywhere, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, as long as we get to the gate, and we got to make sure the engine gets through it. That's really important. Is that nothing happens to that engine? Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Crash. So, our options are fly it through the gate, hope it works, we don't get separated into a trillion molecules, or I go outside and try to install a new engine in 0G.
At least you don't have to worry about dropping it on your foot that way.
I mean, I could help.
Technically, it still has the same mass, so you could probably you'd actually struggle to move the engine a bit.
Yeah.
And I guess that's still just a rig roll, but I assume that's risky.
We're no strangers to love.
It'll be risky for limited effect.
Great. Let's do it.
like the sound of this. Yeah.
Is there anybody else?
Are you going to do it in hyperspace, or are you going to just drop off?
I've got rig.
Because what I'm thinking is we got to do it before we go through the gate. So
yeah,
that's true.
Let's do it then. You, me, Arpi. Let's do it. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. It'll be bang on. We'll have bevies after.
All right. She'll get her.
I'm filming this.
Her suit on, and
right. Hit record.
The tail section of your suit sags, sadly.
Yeah. There's no tail there. So actually, some of it should be starting to grow back. Like I said, it's like a cocker spaniel tail. It's just a little nub.
Yeah, so it's like just a little nub, but there's like this whole section just kind of drags limply.
All right.
Under pressure, so that it looks like you have a tail.
All right. So she's gonna get her tools and I guess head out with the skipper.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess it's a rig roll.
Mm-hmm.
Am I taking the stress? I guess I'm taking the stress. Well, no, actually, if he's gonna help me, he takes the stress.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can still push for extra effect or for.
Okay.
Because the moment
So-
you got the standard for limited effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or controlled limited? Or
Spin a gambit.
No, standard.
standard? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna
And
spin
I-
a gambit.
I'll spend a stress so that could help.
Yeah.
with the
You can
is
make
that-
it desperate and standard effect if you want.
Right.
Uh,
Totally spin the
right.
gambit.
When I spend a gambit on a desperate, it counts as risky instead. Would that apply to this scenario? Or because it's
No,
RP
because it's not
doing
desperate,
roll?
remember.
Got it.
Yeah, it's risky. isn't
So,
it?
so controlled standard, and what's my modifier? Is it
No,
2?
it's risky. Risky. Sorry, I've got my terms confused. It's
That's
risky
okay.
for limited effect.
Okay. And then I'm adding 2 dice
Yeah. Or
because
if you, want,
the
I mean, if you
gambit-
want to make it standard effect, you can push it up to desperate or spend on the dice instead.
Okay, I guess I'm not following. So
As well, the moment you got limited effect, it means you manage to hook up the engine partially, and then
okay,
we'll see from there. Or if you want to make it up to standard effect, you can either make it desperate or use your push or push for it.
So
Alright,
it makes
I'll
it
make-
more dangerous, but the effect would
Yeah.
last longer.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
And
So I'm just
then
gonna read it back. I got desperate, and then limited.
No, if you take desperate, then it will be standard.
Okay,
You install the engine. It won't
Okay.
look very pretty,
And-
but it will hold.
okay.
and if we did that, could I use my ability to change it from a desperate to a
Unfortunately, not, because you're not the primary actor.
right? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm adding 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just want to make sure
Then you
before I
get an
click.
XP for a desperate roll.
Right. And are you spending a gambit, Tom?
I am not. I thought he was spending the gambit, but I can spend the gambit. So
Yeah. Spend the
That-
gambit.
but that's still R2, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
We have 1 gambit, and then okay.
Gotcha.
So okay, just before I want to make sure before I click.
Right? Yeah.
roll.
It's,
I think there should be a total of 4 dice.
There should
or
be,
how-
yeah. I
because
think you're right.
I have 2 base dice.
Mhm.
Yep. So, okay.
that's good odds. Ooh,
Ooh.
still only got a 5.
Got a 5.
Hmm. Success with a plus sequence. You manage to install the engine,
Okay.
but just as you're kind of attaching the last bolts, and you're still outside, who's inside? That's Tecla and Fizz. Is there
Yeah.
which are you in the cockpit, or both you there?
Raz is in the cockpit.
Okay.
I'm
Are you
filming
also
them
with the-
through some means.
I'll oversee Raz.
Okay, you see there's something coming up behind you on the sensors.
So she's
Hello, friends.
I mean, Tecla sees it.
Sincerest apologies for interrupting, but there's something coming up behind us, or at least appears to be.
and she's gonna try to rotate that slow space. And what does she see?
You see a giant eel, looks like a bigger version of the one you encountered, kind of going towards you.
Wonderful. All right, so she sees a giant eel. It's, I guess, swimming through space.
Yeah.
Raz, dear, do you see that, or is it just me?
You see this? Yeah. Affirmative.
Ah,
The affirmative is weak.
Does it look aggressive?
How good is your dredging the mood of giant eel skill?
Is it roaring?
Yeah.
Has it engaged its attack cycle?
Is its mouth open?
Exactly. So before we
You
say
don't see an open mouth. You don't see a mouth at all, actually. Just more like.
okay.
roll animal handling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to blood search.
I'm going to
Roll
study
fit.
this eel.
And spend
Okay.
inspiration. Like, so
I guess you could. No, that's the way if you attune to it. Well, you could try that. Kulbit.
Try to
But
tune to it.
study maybe is the most appropriate.
before we toss
That is also
getting
works.
it up,
Yeah.
do you want to attune to it, Skipper?
Oh, we've
'Cause
lost
otherwise,
your
I got to
volume.
tell somebody to
Yeah.
get on the guns.
No, now your flag is muted.
Shoot.
Now we can hear you. You just had to turn it off, turn it back on.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with my system today, but is it headed in our direction?
Yes.
Like dead on.
Dead on. It's kind of into straight lines. Kind of a straight
Okay.
line. With a bit of wiggle, but just.
I think maybe we should get on first, and I can try attuning to it. Maybe while we're moving.
So is that the plan? Get inside, fire up the engine, and attune to it as we fly away?
I think so.
Uh,
I mean, the last thing I tried to attune to either tried to crawl away up my nose and then made me space out and think of sleeping in pancakes. I just don't want to like have a nosebleed or a coma, you know?
Well, there's nothing. I mean, if a giant eel tries to crawl up your nose, then
Useful.
I think nosebleed or coma might be your problems.
I don't mean to cause alarm, but there is a light up here under a label that says proximity alarm, and the light reads, "Move it, you schmuck."
All right. Well, I'll at least Kulbit will scramble back in.
Are we done yet?
Are we?
Well,
I think it's done, right? The complication was
the main part is done. Kind of, you should probably put in a few more restraining bolts, but everything should be fine.
Well, then RP's got to stay and finish. So
Shit.
Okay.
Fuck it.
just
Nothing
go,
ventured.
just go, Skipper. Just go.
Kulbit's gonna try to attune to the eel.
Okay.
Way past cool. And why not? I'll burn a gambit.
Go for it.
Don't forget to mark them off because we're still showing 4.
Yes.
Yeah, 6.
Worth it.
You sense the eel is curious, and you sense like this attraction to the ship. The attraction, not as in it's attracted
wants
to the
to
ship
mate
as in
with us.
almost.
Don't get any eel juice.
Not quite, but more kind of it wants to be at the ship.
Oh no. I think I know what's going on.
Skipper.
I think it likes the engine.
That's not what I wanted to hear. She's like rapidly.
The imperatives of biology. I'm so glad I engineered those out of me.
Remember, it's all about the four F's: feeding, fighting, fleeing, and mating.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, she is just trying to get everything bolted on. You know.
Okay.
Cool,
Give me
it's
a
happening.
wiggle to
Trying
see
to
how
help.
fast you can do this.
Okay. Desperate, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's gonna take stress, I guess.
Yeah, it's too stressed to push. And you can still assist if you want, Kulbit.
Yeah, I'll take a stress and assist.
Okay, so desperate.
Question: If I have ability that demands, so can you overclock on stress? Like, if you only have one stress left, can you do an ability that requires 2 stress?
Yes, you can. You will be out of commission.
Yeah, because I've got overclock, so I can spend a gamut on a rig to repair or upgrade. Treat the system you worked as +1 quality higher for the remainder of the job. So yeah, she's got to use the overclock.
Okay, sure. I mean, if you are you spending a gambit then?
Yeah. It won't let me. It won't let me choose desperate again.
That's weird.
Or yeah, everything. It only lets me roll as risky and standard now.
It might have already factored that in for you.
Maybe, I don't know. All right, so I've got I took a stress, and so then
It's too stress for you to push yourself.
Okay. Right. And Kulbit was giving me a die, so it's
Yes.
2 dice. Okay, so I should have a total of 4. Okay.
Oh!
You see, without your tail, kind of finding it a bit hard to maneuver fast.
You can't quite turn, right?
Must go faster.
Must go faster, must go faster, must go faster. So, okay.
So
And
what
as
are we
you
getting?
Well, you basically the eels now literally on top of you. It actually
Yeah, I guess she's looking
hits the
up
back of
now.
your ship. Well, actually, it hits
looking
the back of your ship. Unless, so you feel a shake. You feel a shake, and well, the back one of your system is damaged. It's basically there. You see error messages from the gunnery turret. Basically, that has jammed the turret, so you won't be able to actually aim it.
Oh, okay.
Go away, go away.
I'll go take a look
I mean,
at that.
if you can resist this effect, pretty much anyone you can, but that just means rolling and then spending stress. And it kind of after it hits your ship, it kind of backs away.
All right.
And
I'll
stops.
just see about trying to unjam the guns. Not
You
my
can try.
wheelhouse. What'd you say, Nenad?
You can try to jam them.
You can try.
Yeah, I'll try. Rig.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Spinning a gambit so that I can have a die.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say it's risky for Thunder.
Yes!
Nice.
Basically, just trigger the bit and then it engages.
Get that gun working. And then maybe fire a warning shot across its.
Actually,
Dorsal
before you can
fin.
fire a longer shot, Tecla, since you're in the main cockpit, you notice there's a hyperspace opening which opened up and the eel disappears. Presumably hyperspace.
Alright, so it disappears into hyperspace.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Somehow you can't help but feel rejected.
Right. Didn't really try hard enough.
Right.
Does that mean we could bioengineer one of these eels to power a ship?
You can try.
Oh,
I can't speak for anybody else, but I personally will soothe my feeling of rejection with not having massive hull damage.
Don't give Tecla any more ideas.
All right. RP's going to finish up and then come back in.
Yeah, okay. The entry is now secure and you can jump back to hyperspace. And finally get
Alright.
to the...
So it's working correctly then?
Yeah, then potentially
Okay.
green. And...
Okay. Checking monitors to make sure that nothing's.
Do we
Thank you,
have
baby.
That's what I'm thinking, Kurt. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Do you head back into hyperspace?
Yeah. If everything
Yep.
looks like it's ready to go.
All right. Here goes nothing.
Okay, go back into hyperspace. The entrance is very smooth this time. You actually see a signal moving away from you. You see the back end of the eel. I assume it's back end.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you can't tell. So.
You know what they say when you assume.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Well, if it's not the back end, it has an impressive reverse gear.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Stay
Okay,
behind
the
it.
rest-
Don't let it see us. Stay in its shadow.
Oh, this thing pilots like a dream. I can get used to this.
Yeah, it goes a lot faster now. Within like about an hour, you're outside the ring. Now, normally there's a queue. There's a short queue at the ring because there's actually regulation because that's kind of the main partner of the system. Now, you could wait in the queue or just run through the ring because the ring is pretty much open. And you see there's a patrol ship is doing spot inspections.
We're trying to lay low, so I think we need to wait in line.
Right. Sounds good. Let me just. All right. Let me in. Let me in. Oh, come on. I've got my blinker on.
Your space blinker.
Yeah.
Just nudge him.
Yeah.
You wait for a couple hours and then.
Oh, Jesus.
We didn't give the necessary bribes.
Don't you hate it when you put in the fresh engine and go zipping through traffic just to get stuck at the light?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the worst.
There's actually literally a green light at the top, at front, basically one of those things that shows next ship goes through.
I told you to pay for Fast Pass, but don't listen to me. I'm just the engineer.
Those things are a scam. It just bleeds you dry. We've been through this.
Well, we get there faster. Fine, I'm going to go watch a movie.
Okay. Well, after a while, there is one of the patrol ships. Actually, you get a ping from them. Separation mech. Oh, sorry, not. What's your ship's name? Brains is going.
Burning
Burning sensation.
Burning sensation. This is patrol ship Eustacia. Please prepare to be boarded for inspection.
Goes quickly into the comms. Tecla, be a dear. We're about to be inspected. Do away with anything that looks inspection worthy.
Like the biohazard materials, clones.
Yeah.
The engine?
No, it's an old engine now.
Yeah.
All that's back there is the old engine. The new engine's already installed.
Eustacia, this is Burning Sensation. Roger, standing by, waiting to be boarded. And I've got the proper paperwork. That is something that pilots get.
No, okay. Okay, after you kind of basically the ship docks onto your airlock,
Uh-huh.
and then a person comes in. I actually have a name for this person, I just have to find it.
Oh, Anonymous.
What?
Annie.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Her name is Annie now.
Abby someone.
Annie Monimus.
Nemini.
I see a Nemini.
Annie Monimus walks in. Why not? She's a short woman with blonde hair. She's wearing a Gemini uniform thing. Hey, may I see your paperwork? Do you have some paperwork?
Yes, got it right here for you. And hands over the guild license.
Okay, she checks it over, checks the paperwork over.
You slip a 20 in there with that, right?
No, you don't bribe an open daylight until you get a good read on them.
Oh.
She kind of leaves through the papers and then she says, I'm noticing there were some recent modifications to the ship. Do you have a license for those? I don't see anything listed here.
Right. We're transporting some material and we had a bit of a run-in and needed to make some emergency repairs. So these upgrades are just to get us along until the nearest station or nearest place that we can dock and put ourselves right again. So technically, this is cargo and goods to be delivered, not our standard equipment.
So, okay, give me an action of some sort.
Sway.
Oh, great. I was trying to save up enough to get into that, but...
Can I
Yes,
appear and
please.
take over this conversation?
Yes, please. Yes, I'm going to actually turn you over to head smart person, Tecla.
That's smart.
Tecla has her white coat on, and she comes out bearing a... I don't know whether it would be an electronic pad or a sheaf of papers. Oh, hello, Tecla.
No, that's
We're transporting...
It says here transporting rat monkeys. Not whether that requires any modifications.
Yes, rat monkeys. Several people to be researched and an engine to the Kulbit Academy. I have the paperwork here.
Okay, don't see any engine listed here. So I see the paperwork. Do you have some paperwork?
I have forged documents as part of my scoundrel loadout.
Oh, that's. Then you do have the 4 documents. You're kind of quickly like adding things in the while you were outside.
And we're supposed to be transporting the engine, but we did have a run-in on our way out here. Some business with some creature or something. I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay, because you have the paperwork, I'll make it risky for great effect with the paperwork.
Okay.
So she should just be convinced to let you go.
I mean, other than the forged documents, we are being honest.
Yeah, that's small detail.
I will push myself for this
Okay.
to get the extra die.
Stress.
This is the way.
It's critical success. Okay, well, for the critical success, she actually... Well, I noticed that your engine is a bit looking a bit weird, so I'll let you go ahead in the queue and just go through to get you in. Everything seems over. Thank you very much. She walks off.
Okay.
Send your signal to actually send you ahead.
Thank you so much.
She's worried that your engine will fall off at some point.
Well, when you're making do with rigged components, I appreciate the assistance.
Oh, it's supposed to just get that thing fixed.
Second on our priority list after delivering the cargo.
I understand. Well, bye-bye, have a good day. And she walks out. You get to fly through the gate.
Puts the blaster away. Yeah.
Didn't have to use the AK, so it was a good day.
I had added my syringe needler to my loadout, but I'm very glad I didn't need it. All right, let's get out of here.
It's like you're just carrying that doctor with this needle behind your back. Fizz has got his gun. It's like...
Let's get out of here before they start wondering who Professor Abby you are.
Yeah, let's get going.
All right, you go through the gate. You're back in hyperspace this time, like one of the main lanes. And then
Don't you dare cut me off! Don't you dare cut me off! Don't you dare cut me! I swear to the way. Man, people drive like animals out here.
And look in the cockpit. There's a chimp.
Hey, that,
Hey, wait. That's one of our rat monkeys.
Wait, is that Maurice? That is Maurice. How did he get out?
and okay, well, why are you going through hyperspace? You're going incredibly fast, a very smooth ride. But Tecla noticed that, you remember there was the one bunker with the extra venom glands that didn't have any brain activity. Now it has brain activity, but it's a lot sharper than the other ones.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Oh, no.
One of the clones that had brain activity is now sharper than
The
the
one
other
that
one?
didn't have brain activity now does.
Calvin
It's one of the
Travis
venom
is
glands.
super smart.
3 clones with brain activity. Oh, shit.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we now officially have 3 kidnappees?
Kulbit's piloting. I am going to call Raz back to the medbay.
Okay, Raz floats in. Exactly.
Raz, verify my findings here, will you? All 3 of these clones seem to have brain activity, and I'm not sure they should.
I can't whistle. It's an affirmative whistle. A second whistling, it's one of my great failures in my life.
Oh.
All right, now, go tell Kulbit what you just told me.
And the dust, you seem to be flying for quite a bit of dust as you look outside.
I thought we might.
It's kind of swirling towards the back of the ship. I mean, you're flying a lot faster, and it's kind of not really following you.
Why don't we try waking up one of these clones and talking to it? Maybe it's like communing with the dust.
I both
That's okay.
love and hate that idea.
Wake up the clone.
One of them, like the first one that showed brain activity.
Yeah, wake up Calvin.
Okay.
Wake up Calvin.
I am
talk
not going to
him.
wake up the one with the venom glands.
Why not?
Fine. Okay, wake up the one without the venom glands.
Wake up either Brian
Yes.
or Dimitri.
Which
Well,
are you
for
going
the
for,
coin.
Brian or Dimitri?
I'll go for Dimitri.
Okay, you start the sequence, and soon the thing opens up. Okay.
I will start.
I mean, it
I
takes
will
a
use
little
my-
bit of time.
Yeah. I will use my medical quadcorder to scan the body.
After you open it.
Both.
Okay.
Good to get a
I
baseline
mean,
reading.
it don't have to make a roll. It's a clone. It's reasonably healthy. It's not being stasis. Not drinking lucidity. I mean, after it wakes up, it's kind of you can see it's moving. I assume you keep the lid closed.
Yeah.
You just open up the lid, wander on.
And this is one of the Yaru's standard menial clones, not one of the cyborgs like me, right?
Yeah, as far as you can tell. It's kind of, you see it's kind of starts playing around inside the thing. I think it's trying to get out. Can't really hear anything because the plexiglass cover is soundproof.
All right, I'll open it up.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Let's have Return of the Living Dead.
She
on
flops
there.
onto the ground. She kind of like is flaring, and as you open it, she kind of flops onto the ground, and she's trying to raise herself, but
Oh, okay, help her up.
get her up.
I'll help her up.
Okay. She kind of tries to look at you, but see her eyes are kind of looking in your direction, is trying to focus. She's basically almost like dead weight.
Okay, let's get her into a chair or something. And
Yeah. Well, I have an exam chair right over here.
excellent. All right.
And I'll toggle the intercom. Arpi, darling, if I have to flood the med bay with sedative, the counter agent is in the blue syringes.
How do I get to those if I'm in the med bay?
Oh, it'll vacate after a few minutes.
Won't you be dead by then?
No, it's just sedative.
How long?
I just want to wake up first.
And she kind of.
The tricky part is that the RP species is has red-green core blindness. Well, red-green blue core blindness.
Yeah, you hear her fingernails like clicking on the mic as she's like considering it. She's like, "All right."
Here, I'll write "wake up juice" on one of them.
Duly noted.
Wake up juice. Also, yeah.
All right. You have any, I don't know, smelling salts or anything that'll focus them? Or do what you call like this behind the ears? I don't know.
Yeah,
They always make it look so easy in the movie.
switching from side to side as you do that.
You could just get the paddles out and try that. So. But I'm no doctor. So.
Yeah. You keep your foreplay out of this.
You hear a moan come out.
All right. Hello.
After a while, she kind of calms down and kind of just sits there looking at you. Mom, she sits weirdly, kind of off, slumped off to one side, like she's about holding herself on her right arm. Right now, she's just looking at you.
Okay.
Eyes are-
Hello, can you understand us?
She's trying to make it. You hear a noise coming, like almost like a gurgle.
I don't know if that's a good sign or not.
All right, I'll run some scans on her. Just to...
Ain't nobody
scan?
words come out.
Yeah.
She's minor bruise on her hand, where she fell on the ground. The brain activity is kind of fairly high. Very stressed, high heart rate. I mean, she's quite stressed. The brain activity is all over the place. It's not kind of just not settling.
Okay. Is this like a coming out of
It's not
sedation
normal.
disorientation or a...
Not quite. This is it's very active. Normally, it's not sedated, kind of opposite. It's like almost too much. It's almost as if she's having an epileptic fit, except she isn't.
Gotcha. Well,
Then after a while, she does actually turn to fit. She kind of starts seizing.
well, that answers that question.
Two beats to steady with. You just let her seize there in front of you on the chair.
No, let's try a low dose of levetiracetam and see if that does anything.
Okay. Give me a medical roll.
Okay.
I'd say risky for standard effect because her arm's kind of flailing and so on. So there's a very good chance you get hit.
Yeah, I get hit.
Because she
Crap.
Over the
I
intercom
mean,
you
this
hear.
is
You
she
stumble and
knocks
stab.
it out of your hand and out of your hand, and you now have a level 1 thing bruised arm.
Boy.
No, that won't actually affect you, but
Or
I mean,
the
it's not an intentional attack. It's literally just flailing.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll try to get her restrained after that.
Okay.
What-
Like
Whatever
get
you
behind
do-
her, get her arms around.
Whatever you do, don't let it bite you. I saw it in a movie once. It didn't end well.
You might have to saw her head off.
Arpi walks in with one of those kind of things.
Goes down with the figure. I'm ready to saw her head off if we have to. Just give me the word, Doc.
Okay. Well, Fizz, since you're a sick unit and she's not actively you managed to kind of put in well, you know how to restrain people without actually injuring them, so you just do that.
Can I try again now that Fizz is restraining her?
Yeah, you get well, I think now she's restrained, it's actually easy enough for me just to intramuscular
Okay.
injection and use. She kind of relaxes in your arms and kind of just slumps there, drooling slightly.
For the record, levetiracetam is actually an actual anti-epileptic. Goes by the trade name Pepra.
Well, since this is the future, we have space levetiracetam.
Yes. It's hard enough to pronounce the word on its own. I'm not going to add the SP to the beginning of it. Yeah, and this is why I woke up the one without venom glands.
In space.
Okay, well, she
There
is
are drugs.
sedated.
No drugs in space.
Drugs in space. Well, as she's calm, she actually says to you, because, well, you hear her, like, say softly, help us.
All right, well, how do I do that?
You and Fizz hear it. She's thinking with a like fog of sedation. They've been taking us and putting us in here. What is this place?
This is my med bay.
Kind of pokes herself. No, I mean,
Yes, I understand.
I want to go
I was being
home.
facetious. I definitely understand that. Well, you don't appear on my scanners, so I'm not sure what's going on with you, but I'll be more than happy to send you home. But just as soon as I figure out how.
She looks strong. And
RP tries to quietly hide the saw behind her back. and just creeps backwards.
The saw's so big it just sticks out from behind her anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean it's by like yeah. But she's just like
she's actually trying to like get away from you now, Fizz. I mean, you are quite strong, so you can, I mean, and she's still a bit groggy, so she's, I mean, you're able to hold briefly, but she's definitely trying to get away.
I could throw the bodies out into space, but I'm not sure that would actually do anything for you.
No, yes, please. Then we'll be back home.
But
Me and
Will
my
you be able
brother
to get-
will be back home.
Is home just out there in hyperspace, or is it a specific location?
Just out there. Yeah.
I don't know, Tecla. Do you think if we ejected the bodies, which would probably kill them, Would that also harm the whatever's inhabiting their brain? How does this work anyway?
They're not exactly alive to begin with. Can you come out of that body?
Okay, what's the body just suddenly slumps. Just see. Who's on there? Or go? There's
I think
three
it's
of you,
me and
it's
Fizz.
Fizz and Arpi might be lurking around with a wrench or
Yeah.
something.
there's Raz there as well.
No, I sent Raz back up to the cockpit.
True.
RP is in the corner with a giant saw behind her back.
All right, not a wrench.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, so just the four of you.
Right. Do I suddenly need to make a save versus being possessed?
Well, not really. You just suddenly have this urge to get out
Of the room?
of the ship,
Or
Uh-oh.
and the girl kind of goes slumps the arms.
all right. So okay, well I'll take that as a yes. They can vacate the body. I think I just remembered something in my cabin. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, no. Please don't get your gun.
Fizz, if you try to leave the ship, I am going to sedate you.
Oh, why would I want to leave the ship? We're in the middle of hyperspace.
Yes, that's why I would sedate you.
Okay. Then the girl kind of perks up, and you suddenly remember that maybe leaving the ship in hyperspace is not the best idea ever.
Say that last part again?
No, the girl kind of perks up, and as that happens, you feel like maybe leaving the ship in hyperspace is not the best idea ever.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, that's what I just said.
Sorry, there's no space anywhere. It's just here.
All right.
I just want to see what it was.
Well, I'm not giving you my stasis chambers. If I wake your friend over there up, they have to promise not to spit at me.
Okay, are you pointing at the thing or just pedestrian?
Yeah, I'll gesture to Calvin.
But my friend is the one down there, not that one.
Down where?
Well, she points to the other space chamber.
Oh, I don't like this one bit.
Points to the other. She points where?
To the second
There's
of
two
the three
space chambers.
clones.
Yeah, not the one with the venom glands, that one.
Oh, okay.
So,
If she points to
Spray
one
up.
that doesn't have venom glands.
Okay, so she points specifically to one
Brian?
of them as a friend, but not the other one.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, the one with the venom glands is not.
She points to the...
So, Brian. She wants Brian dead.
She wants Brian dead?
No, Brian dead is his name.
Oh,
Yeah. That was not the first name, excuse me.
right.
Like his friend Pranal.
Strange definition of friendship, but okay.
All right. If we put you out the airlock, will that bring you home? Or do we need to evacuate you from these
I
body
think so.
stores?
I think I'll just exit this body when it's finished.
RP just reps
It's so
the
hard
saw
to get
just a
out
little
when
bit.
it's moving.
All right.
And she actually looks at you and says, I think that will work too. But that might hurt.
All right.
So we shove the clones out the airlock. The dust leaves them, and then we retrieve the clones, or do we leave them out there?
That's what I was thinking. Arpi, could you rig some cables to the inside of the airlock?
Sure. What for?
Well, I'd like to tie them around these bodies.
Oh. So no saw needed.
No saw needed, I'm
All
afraid.
right. And she kind of dejectedly puts it down. And she's like, all right, yeah, let me rig up some.
I'll let you saw up the next one.
All right. So, would this be controlled? I still can't. I must have enough stress that I can't. That might be why I can't do controlled, or my stress is.
No, you can do controls. It doesn't matter. Your stress is irrelevant. And you don't have to
Yeah,
make a roll to rig up some cables. I assume
Oh.
that.
Then I won't. Then I won't roll for that. Yeah. So
No, I mean, you rig up some cables. That's what you do.
fine with me. Yeah. I just. Then she rigs up some cables and makes sure they're securely tied to something. So.
Yeah.
And,
In the
Okay,
meantime,
Doc.
I'll start waking Brian up. Actually, I might just hit the emergency decant on the second clone tank.
Oh, yes, D can.
Do you put if you activate the emergency, Brad just kind of pops up like basically emergency thing is mostly like switch, basically put in a superheater and inject the person in the clone to space speed and just hope they're okay.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. And as
All
Baron
right.
picks up him and the other clone kind of, well, are you still holding the other clone or?
I'm hoping so.
Okay.
I can't speak for Fizz.
I'm sorry. What was the question? I got distracted reading crashes.
Are you still holding the other clone?
Yeah, I was holding the one. Well, I guess not. No, because then I wanted to leave the room and I started to leave and then popped out. So I'm not holding anything, unless I need to hold something because she's waking up Venom Boy and
No, I'm not touching Venom Boy.
Okay, well, Bran kind of gets up out of the thing and runs to the clone you're holding.
Okay, runs over to the chair.
Yeah.
That's fast. Wake up. So that puts me on edge a little bit. What you doing?
Well, modern medicine can do amazing things.
Mhm.
Now, let's get you to the airlock so that we can, throw you out of it.
Okay, well. Bran doesn't say anything, but you see the other clone just kind of turns to look at him and he starts following.
All right. I will make sure they get tied in.
Yeah, they're actually very cooperative. They're just
And I've just thought of the drawback to this plan. Fizz, do you mind putting on a spacesuit and getting in there with them and holding on to something?
Sure, yeah. Just don't let me go floating off into Lord knows where.
As long as you hold on. We just need someone to reel them back in.
Yep, I'm going to double lash myself to the safety lines.
okay.
RP's picking up her saw and leaving.
And we'll go yeah.
She doesn't trust holding on to something and not get sucked out in
Yeah.
space.
But we'll evacuate.
Never
the
let me
lock
saw anything.
first. Pump the air out of the lock first, then you don't get whooshed out. You just,
Never get to decapitate anything.
we're still Venom Boy.
There's all those rat monkeys too.
Yeah.
You can't
All
hold
right,
with little skulls.
As soon as the two clones and Fizz are securely attached, I will close the inner door and then hit the the vacate button.
Okay. Are you actually just opening the airlock while it's still full of air, or are you going to depressurize it first?
I'll depressurize it. Why waste air?
Right. I'll signal to the clones that this is going to be unpleasant.
Well, you see them gasping for air. I mean, they actually pass out because the partial oxygen pressure drops. Then you just see them actually like swell up slightly, turn blue, and there's a bit of blood leaking out of them now. They're well and solidly dead even before the airlock doors open. It takes about 30 seconds because by the time the pressure gets to zero, it's already like completely inhabitable. Now you're there with these two bodies.
All right, yeah. As soon as the pressure equalizes, I guess technically equalizes with the outside, I'll get the door open as fast as possible and kick them out so that they're not stuck in bodies that are suffocating.
Yeah.
I consider it.
Sorry, I didn't think about this beforehand. Oh, they can't hear me. What am I saying? push.
I'll give them about 2 minutes and then.
Yes, please. You apologize.
Did you tell them not to hold their breath?
No.
Oh no.
Well, I wouldn't have given them warning that I was evacuating the airlock anyway, so
Okay.
they wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah. They kind of see them go out on a trajectory, and basically as they hit the edge of cable, it just kind of like stop.
Okay. How long do we wait?
I'll give them about 2 minutes and then tap on the glass.
Okay. Do we catch any eels while doing this?
Like this bait. You're eel.
If we don't just throw them out again, it's fly eel fishing.
Right.
We'll put one of them on an extra long cable and whip them back and forth across the top of the ship.
Okay, well, you put them in after a while. Now have these two horrible-looking, bloated blue bodies in the airlock with you.
All right, wheel them back in.
As soon as they're inside, I'll close the door and repressurize.
I guess I'll toss one over each shoulder and walk them back to the infirmary.
Sorry, just when you crash the thing.
Feeling dead yet?
I think they're officially corpses now.
They're officially what?
Corpses now.
Yeah, cadavers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come up with new names for them.
I always have a use for a good cadaver, but all of this can be repaired as long as they're put in stasis promptly.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess we get them back into the stasis pods.
Well, yeah. There'll be quite a lot of work because most of their internal organs and basically all their blood has boiled. So,
capillaries have burst. They got a bad case of rosacea. Eardrums maybe burst.
Don't worry.
Everything on the inside will be pretty good.
We have science,
probably
industry,
bleeding in the
and
lungs.
Technology.
Yeah, we can build them back.
What about the machine that goes beep?
I'm really questioning what's going on with Venom now. Are they still showing brain activity?
Yes.
And an odd craving for somebody named Peter Parker.
Right. Well, what do you think, Tecla? Can you disengage the Venom sacs so we can talk to this one? I don't want to trap them if they're another dust creature.
Well, no, there must be.
Arpi, get the soul.
These are used for prisoner transport. But there must be the stasis pods, yeah.
Yeah.
These are used for prisoner transport. they have a way to sedate whoever's inside them before they wake up.
Okay,
If
that they
they're
do.
sedated, how can we talk to them?
Well, after they wake up from the sedation, we'll have them strapped into a chair.
Oh, and then we just stand behind them because they can't shoot venom in our face.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. What about like a splash mask? So if they shoot venom, it'll just splash back in their own face.
I have several of those.
Okay. All right. Seems safe. I really want to check on this. I don't want to have somebody trapped in that body indefinitely.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess they're asleep right now. It's not like they know they're trapped in there. Unless the dust entity with them. I don't know. This is all new to me.
I will start the destasis process and also activate the sedation. That is intended for prisoner transport so that the prisoners don't wake up angry.
Right.
Okay. How strong do you have the station? Actually knock them out or just have them laid back?
Twilight, I think.
Okay. Well, he's kind of still. As soon as he wakes up, as soon as you open the door, you see him actually try and get up out of the stasis pod immediately. He seems a lot more
to get out.
Yeah. He's a bit slow, but he's actually quite. Throws a couple of venom.
All right, face masks it is. And she'll flip her down.
Did you try and put the space mask on him?
Oh no, I'm putting the face mask on me.
Okay.
That's the easier plan right now. I don't know. Lollipop chainsaw. Okay.
Okay, so
in the chat.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, so he's trying to get up. I'm a little. I guess my first.
He looks groggy. I mean,
to push him back down and close the lid.
Okay, you can give it action because he's actually trying to
scrap.
Yeah. Because they dated LGB standard for risky for great effect.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot to set the effect and riskiness, but I got 3 5s, so that's not great. But
so you slam him back down. But as you do that, he actually bites you in your head, ripping off a bit of skin.
Oh no!
What about my skin?
He rips off a bit of your skin from your hand. Basically, you try to do this, and he goes, "Oh."
Okay, but he doesn't inject me with venom.
No, there's a little bit of venom. Your system picks it up, but you have. You're not human enough so that venom wouldn't affect you unless it's like a massive dose.
Right. No, yeah, it would definitely affect my organics, but.
Yeah, but I mean, your organics are kind of most kept on the inside, so it'll actually have to
get if I get the lid closed, and I'll be like, "Oh, Doc, I'm gonna have you look at something later."
Yeah, but you do have like level 1 damage called basically hand bite.
Hand bite,
so
sure.
Pretty much any kind of hand action is going to be a bit more difficult.
Hand bites dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's banging on the inside of the tank.
He's banging on the side of the tank. Or
yeah,
right.
If I can, I'll go to full sedation.
Right. Yeah, more sedation.
Okay, after a while the bang stops, and he seems. I mean, you can tell from the readings that he's out.
Eyes roll back in his head.
I want to be sedated.
All right, let's get him strapped onto a table.
Right? Onto a table? Yeah. Good plan. More straps that way.
It's like as this tussle is happening, they fall back and hit like something that starts playing music, and as they're tussling, they just got get me to a airport, put me on a plane, hurry, 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 before I go insane.
Turn off the classical music.
He's strapped to the table.
Yeah, strap him to the table. Then let him wake up.
Yeah, he'll be out for a couple of hours at least. Well,
Oh,
so you
okay.
can pretty much do whatever you want to him until then.
Well, I guess I'll get my hand/arm bandaged up while we're waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just spray some glue on it and tack it down. It'll be fine.
Oh, no. You say that like I don't have adhesive synth skin in stock.
I don't want to waste it for a stupid bite. That stuff's expensive.
You just put on a glove.
Well,
Nobody will notice.
As long as you can keep some circulation in the piece, it should be fine.
all right, spray adhesive it is.
Yeah. You're reaching now at the end of your trip. You're about to go to the exit gate into the Rex system.
I feel a sudden urge to rub dust in my wound. Arpi, do you want to be here for the interrogation with your?
Probably not. She's realized she's gotten a little bloodthirsty and probably should go do something else.
Oh, I am in the way.
Yeah. She's like, I think you got this covered, and there's no need to cut his head off. So I'm gonna get back to work.
Okay, I'll let you know if we need to decapitate.
Okay.
Kulbit, what's our ETA?
That's a great question. Nenad, what's
You're-
our
you're- You're basically actually almost at the exit gate.
Oh, it's coming up shortly.
Yeah, about 5-10 minutes.
All right, will you
Don't
hold
miss our
inside
exit.
the gate, please?
What?
Will you hold inside the gate, please? We have something we may need to evacuate rather quickly.
I mean, besides
And-
my bowels.
I'd rather not do it in real space.
Okay, so just to get this straight, I'm not exiting hyperdrive, but do you want me to do a doldrum?
Yeah, if that's what I think it is.
All right, so just go round and round in a circle until you're done.
Mhm.
It should be fairly short.
All right,
Okay.
but I won't exit hyperspace.
Okay, so you're
Just
Holding
holding
the gate.
pattern. If we get to the gate before I get the okay, I'll just do a holding pattern and circle around.
okay. The dust around just kind of getting now thicker because you're like almost like following you around because there's like this trail of dust behind you.
Tecla.
All right, what do you say we wake this fellow up?
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, so you're going to now assume inject him with some sort of stimulant to counteract the effect of the sedative. Well, you can give me some sort of action, Tecla, because this is a bit risky.
Okay.
Because you know that kind of trying to counteract a stimulant to the sedative is not as simple as it sounds on paper. I mean, a sedative stimulant. Especially since you're injecting quite a lot. I'd say
I'll
it's
spend a gambit on this.
a
just to
risky
give
for
it a go.
standard effect.
Six.
All right.
6. He wakes up. He actually starts tugging on the bindings.
Whoa, calm down. You're among friends, I hope.
He is still trying to bite you, but assume you're kind of keeping a distance.
Yeah, I've got his head strapped
Actually,
down.
I
Mhm.
probably will have fitted him with one of those Hannibal Lecter masks.
Yeah.
Okay. You obviously have a couple of those handy. Would you like green or blue?
Sorry?
No, okay, you decide whether you want the green or the blue Hannibal Lecter mask.
Oh, Hannibal Lecter mask, the green one, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He tries to spit venom at you. It's kind of, you see it. Well, you hear him spit and hit the. You hear sizzling coming from inside the mask.
Right. Stop trying to spit at us. Talk to us. Who are you?
You don't have a response. He's just.
Can that ping machine of yours tell how much brain is in there?
Yeah, I'll do a brain scan.
There's a fair amount of brain, but it just seems that now that you look at it more closely, it seems that the higher cognitive functions are just not very present.
No higher
Got
motor
it.
function. Or no higher.
Cognitive functions. Motor functions are there, they're fine, but
This was the first one.
This is the last one.
Was
This
this
is
the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought this was the first one that tried. I don't know, I was thinking maybe it just had trouble the first time and didn't imprint well. But I guess maybe it had trouble the last time and didn't imprint well. I say we sedate him and toss him out the airlock.
Oh, I was just going to euthanize him.
That was a choice.
That works too.
Yeah.
Well, no, that would get blood everywhere, and I would have to clean it up.
We're considering calling Arpi for a bit of decapitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's more expensive, the sedative or the euthanizing drug? Or should I euthanize him the old-fashioned way? Pull out the blast.
Well, I did promise RP the next one.
Okay. I'll get on the con. RP decapitation stat.
Be right there. She comes in.
The fact that you have like a standard procedure for decapitation is a bit boring.
Come on, we practiced for this.
Alright, it's all prepped for you. But apparently it's not viable, so.
I set the little step stool by the table, and
Climbs up. You want a leg or a thigh?
just the head off, please.
Yeah. I could use a new forearm, I suppose.
And she probably has some like safe. Oh, she already has her goggles already. She wears those safety goggles to begin with. But she gets a little mask, over her face. Puts on some gloves. And we'll remove the head. So.
Well, there's now blood spurting everywhere for a while.
I'll hold a piece of cardboard over the thaw to kind of catch the offspray.
And
That's not the first time this med bay has been covered in blood.
It won't be live.
Reverse tail.
Ooh. Now, can you attach the head to Arpi's tail stub?
No.
She will raise the saw towards Fizz.
Come on. I mean, haven't you wanted to be able to squirt venom?
No squirting jokes, okay?
I don't understand what your aversity to body manipulation is all about. And you have tails that will fall off and grow back.
That's natural. Unlike some people.
Do not give up when it was.
And she will hop down, probably do a shake to get some of the blood, and then just calmly walk from the room,
Next day, Arpi wakes up. Why are my spit glands sore? Yeah.
I don't take offense, and I would never experiment on RP without my permission.
Without your permission. Was that a Freudian slip or intentional?
That was intentional.
Roll for initiative.
So now I have three dead bodies.
I respect RP's commitment to staying natural. Personally, I think natural means unambitious. But, well, anyway, let's get this corpse back in the stasis chamber. If nothing else, they'll be good for spare parts.
Absolutely. It owes me a forearm.
How is this?
All right, Kulbit.
Okay,
Look
well,
at this engine of yours delivered and off the ship.
as you're doing this, you see the biggest eel you've seen so far approaching the ship.
Oh God! I thought you never asked. Whatever you're trying to do it faster.
It's done.
Wait a
All
minute.
right.
I punch it.
Okay, you exit the. You go out through the gate. Kind of send out the code, and then as you're kind of flying away, you see that something big is coming through the gate behind you. Your new friend is still following you into real place this time.
Gate.
Guys.
You hear alarms going off and warnings and so on.
Arpi, you didn't happen to use explosive bolts to fit the engine to the ship, did you?
Of course not.
Can you set those off?
I didn't set explosive bolts.
Oh,
Quick, go out and replace them with explosive bolts.
In hyperdrive.
Oh,
What kind of
seriously,
maniac would put
Kulbit,
explosive
burn
bolts?
from the planet surface. Let's land. This thing won't be able to fall onto a
a
Well,
maniac
you're
who
not
wanted
there,
to get
Bennett.
rid of a dangerous engine quickly.
Let's get this thing delivered.
Could I try? Like, is it going faster than we are?
Well, at the moment, it's actually being fired on by the a whole bunch of patrol ships that are normally doing.
So we went crazy.
Yeah, see? Fire that off into space. I told you we weren't crazy. With the little triangle-shaped head, so you have to have this special tool to take them out.
No. Explode.
You mess with the burning sensation, you get the burning sensation.
So you guys going to do anything or just fly away? Because the eel seems to be very busy.
Yep, we're flying.
All right, punch it. Let's go.
Yeah, well, a whole bunch of ships actually flying away from the gate now. And you see there's a whole, well, basically several warships flying in that direction, but they're fairly far away. Just become on your sensors.
Yep, just flying out of there because that's a good reason to be moving at top speed.
Yeah. Even if the
Okay,
eel
so
weren't
are you
following
going
us, a good general tactic is to not be where the warships are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, your original plan was to drop off the engine on a small asteroid in the Oort Cloud. Well, probably not called the Oort Cloud, but can't think of a name at the moment. Are you still going with that, or are you going to take it somewhere else?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea.
Yep. Get it somewhere, get rid of it.
Okay.
Preferably get rid of it to the person who wants it.
Yeah. Yeah. And with a hefty warning.
Yep.
That two-timing slippery bastard.
Which one?
The eel.
Yeah. Len.
I'll whip up a quick little metal placard that we can, tack onto the engine. Warning: attracts giant space eels.
It's the love gun.
Oh shit, we don't have any samples. We don't have any proof. Wait,
push the button.
video.
Yeah.
Damn it!
I was gonna say it was all filmed, wasn't it?
I am imagining Tecla going out and taping an invoice for 3 clone bodies to the engine. And then Fizz coming out with his metal plate, looking at the invoice, taking the invoice and replacing it with the metal plate. And then quietly tossing the invoice into space.
Where it drifts, because this is more fun, it drifts in space until 2 million years from now, it'll be found by another species who try to recreate the entirety of humanity based on this invoice.
Yes.
Okay, well, assume you contact Charles to let her know where to pick up the thing.
Yep. Hey, Charles.
Hey, Kulbit.
Hey.
Glad you made it. How was your trip?
Awful. Listen. Len, you were right about Len. I think he tried to screw all of us and, basically, how do I explain this? It attracts all sorts of bad things, to get really dusty. The dust is bad. The dust is alive and sentient. It also attracts big floating eyeballs. Don't ask me about that, but it also attracts these big fuck-off eels, and they try to chase you down. And if you don't believe us, there'll probably be some sort of news clip about the nearest gate being attacked by something. But anyway, the engine seems to attract that thing. Works like a dream, though. Like, it's great. It'll do you good. It just, it might sabotage your other rival races in case, like, I don't know, they get decked out by the eel while it's trying to get to you. But just thought you should know. Anyway, shall we meet up for coffee, love?
Yeah, sure. You can tell me more about your space eels.
Love to. I mean, yes, sure. Yeah.
That's not a euphemism.
We're all thinking it.
Tecla was going to say something if Fizz didn't.
Yeah, she transfers across 8 credits for your services.
Ooh. Amazing.
Hey.
So after we take the engine off and it's delivered, now we're stuck with no engine. So now we have to get another engine. But that's a tale for another day. So,
Yeah, put the old engine back in. I mean, the old engine worked, right? It was just a little sluggish.
a little sluggish. Yeah, I
It has
guess.
a few holes in it.
So you see, so you have a choice between slugs and eels. That's it.
Slugs and eels! Yes!
Everybody just put your feet through the bottom of the ship and start running.
Slugs, eels, and stiffs.
Yeah, I guess RP just spends the rest of the night, day, or whatever reinstalling the old engine then. So.
I'll help.
Tecla will spend the rest of the whatever scrubbing the med bay.
Pressure washing.
Yeah. I was going to say
That's
there's
probably
a really
everywhere.
really strong temptation to just fill the whole thing with foam and let it subside before she goes back in.
And on that note, we'll end this job. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Thank you.
And
to,
Arpi finally got to cut somebody's head off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've been waiting the whole series to.
Yes,
Achievement
it was
unlocked.
foreshadowed.
Ties neatly into your background too.
It's odd. It was a character twist. No one saw coming. So,
Saw.
hold on.
Hey.
All right, I was a little late on the trigger.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
all right. Well, thank you, Nenad. We really enjoyed
Thanks.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
But,
And
we might come back to this.
Yeah.
Want to know to us at some point in the future?
Let's
Yeah.
talk. So, see what we can do. Thank you, Crash, and for everybody watching in the stream. We appreciate it. And give the video a like and all that. And we've got tomorrow night, we've got some Delta Green. And then next week, back to a lot of the same games. So let's just wrap up. And unless anybody else has anything else they want to plug, advertise.
Right. Yeah. Do you want to plug anything, Crash?
Yeah.
Crash.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Crash.
Put it in the
Crash.
chat.
Yeah, no. Only thing to plug I can pick up is, like, as you mentioned, Delta Green tomorrow.
Mhm.
Next week at this time, we're going to run some Mothership. A little scenario I've been putting together, homebrewed, so hopefully it won't suck.
It's Mothership. We love Mothership here. So, all righty. Anybody else?
No.
Yeah. You can look at some of the art that I made for some of the games on this channel. All my handle on all platforms is at @JGilbankArt. I also run a YouTube channel called The Sounds Sketchy Show, where it combines drawing, voiceover, and improv. So have a look if you're feeling zany.
And that drops
Thursday.
now?
Yeah, Thursdays every week at 11 a.m.
It's a lot of fun.
Unless something really knocks my schedule sideways, in which case I'll notify people.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. So, all right, folks. Well,
Thanks,
we
everyone.
will go ahead and. Oh, I'm sorry. Anybody
No,
else?
just saying. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. All righty then.
Thanks, everybody.
See y'all later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.